Isang mapayapang hapon Pilipinas. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja Elizalde, na bumabati sa lahat ng nakikinig sa DZRH Radio at sa mga nanonood sa DZRH TV, lalo na sa ating mga kasamahang alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Fashion is more than just clothing. Ito ay isa ding paraan ng pagpapahayag ng ating cultural identity. Through the patterns, textiles, and designs that we wear, we tell stories about our history, our traditions, and our values bilang mga Pilipino. Sa bawat hibla at tahi, makikita ang natatanging yaman ng ating kultura mula sa mga indigenous weaves hanggang sa mga modernong interpretasyon ng ating pananamit. Pero hindi lang ang pagsusuot ng mga tradisyonal na damit ang mahalaga. Kailangan din nating kilalanin ang mga makabagong artists and designers na nagpo-promote ng kulturang Pilipino sa pamamagitan ng kanilang mga gawa, allowing the Filipino brand to be celebrated not just locally, but also on the global stage. Sa ganitong paraan, fashion also becomes a powerful tool for cultural preservation and promotion. Kaya't huwag kayong aalis. Sa hapong ito, samahan ninyo kami sa kalahating oras ng masayang kwentuhan about fashion, heritage, and history, kasama ang premyadong book author, creative director, at cultural impresario na si Zardo Austria. Magbabalik pang Art to Art pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art to Art.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
ACS. Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa.
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art to Art.
Nandito pa rin tayo sa Art to Art at kasama natin sa hapong ito ang batikang creative director and cultural impresario na si Zardo Austria. Magandang hapon, Zardo. Welcome back to Art to Art. I understand it's your second time na maging guest sa aming programa.
That's right,
no?
that's right, Lisa.
When was the first?
We were promoting Maraming Salamat way back in 2018. The Maraming Salamat, it's the best of opera and fashion for Marawi.
Yes, tama.
Held in CCP Main Theater. That was also my first experience in promotion through public theater. So that started the whole thing. That's why from then on, tuloy-tuloy na ako nag-produce ng mga cultural gala shows geared towards promotion of Filipino heritage, focusing on Philippine wear.
Okay. So, pero what sparked your initial interest in documenting Philippine fashion and society? Paano ito nagsimula at ano ang mga koneksyon ng fashion sa sining at kultura?
Yeah, it started way back in 1986. You know, 86 pa. Fresh from my graduation sa UP, I went into writing some Philippine Journal. Na-focus ako sa sa column ko on looking good, fashion oriented. Simply because even when I was in college, I was already doing fashion choreography for fashion designers like that time Chano Casten. Nag-branding siya kasi yung Chano Casten, and then Rene Salud, who's a good friend of mine, and then other designers. And I was working on productions of Oscar Atendido para sa Valera Awards. Maraming mga productions. And yung una kasing course ko sa CUP, speech and drama. Okay, that was really my course. But then, nung nag-third year ako, change ko na, nag-broadcast com na ako. And went on to enroll sa journalism. So practically, I spent 6 years in UP, majoring in broadcast com, my minor in speech and drama and journalism. Hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit ako napunta doon. But then, right after that, my first job, kagagraduate ko lang, my first job was marketing, advertising sa Sunburst. At the time, Sunburst was the leading glossy magazine internationally. So, ewan ko, nakita lang ako nung vice president, nakita niya, perfect daw ako for the marketing, advertising job. Kinuha ako, I was applying actually for writing job kay A. Florendo. Pinapasok niya ako. But it was a better offer in terms of course, the allowances, everything. So I grabbed it. So for some time, I was into marketing for 4 years. Hindi ko rin maintindihan kung bakit ako napunta sa marketing, But then, now, it's na-turn, full circle na siya. Kasi I was able to use the marketing to support all my projects now. And then, yung speech and drama, napasok ko dun sa the things I need to present my shows. And then, of course, yung broadcast ko, naturuan kasi ako sa production TV, which I plan now to focus because I'll be doing some documentary films in relation to my Obra Maestra project. All this in terms of cultural promotion and development. Now, bakit Philippine fashion ang finocus ko? For a long time, I've been doing my focus sa aking writing was the fashion slant sa lifestyle page. So naging very close ako sa mga designers and I would chronicle all their events, everything, including the high society stuff kasi I had a column with Woman Today in high profile. So it was really more on lifestyle and fashion pages. Kaya naging close ako dun sa mga designers who are today the leaders, the leading figures now in the fashion industry. So, yung long-term na namin, association and bonding, I was able to use that connection to come out with productions that would stimulate at the same time interest the new generation. Yung kasing new generation ngayon, medyo naive about the Philippine fashion history and even the history of our country. So I am using kasi ngayon ang language ngayon ng mga bata, fashion. Titignan mo yung kanilang mga Facebook, nila, parang outfit for the day. Parang ganun. Ganun, no? But then, ang nangyayari, yung kanilang mga influences coming from the global fashion, sabi ko, teka, parang mali. Something is off. Bakit hindi i-turn ko into local fashion yung kanilang influence? So I started this idea. And talagang it came about 2018 when I was doing the fundraising for Marawi, the Best of Opera and Fashion for Marawi. Doon ko na-realize, teka, why don't I come out with something historical perspective? So at the time, ang ginawa ko yung fashion segment, ginawa kong relieving the pomp and pageantry of Carnival Queens. Kasi, you know why? It's a precursor of beauty pageants now. Masyadong, lahat ngayon ng bata, napaka-pageantry ang focus. But it was the Carnival Queen at that time, which was really the precursor. Doon tayo na, kumbaga, na-expose. So, I relieved that during 2018, and then, masyadong maganda yung feedback. And then even after that, even yung mga shows na ng fashion, naging culturally relevant. So sabi ko, maganda yung influence. So I decided, i-continue ko. But then right after that, I decided to focus on my own concept of Obra Maestra. So I had Obra Maestra in Shangri-La, 2020, which won awards, no? And then in 2022, Obra Maestra in Taal, which won, again, several awards. And then right now, every other year ko inaano yung Obra Maestra at the Met, you know, for this event niya, which I tied up with NCCA and Metropolitan Theater.
Okay. At ngayon naman meron ka ding Obra Maestra, the book naman.
Yes.
Pero mamaya na natin
sige.
pag-usapan yan. Because some people consider fashion as a trivial topic na importante lang para sa mga nakaaangat sa buhay.
Yes, yes.
What are your views on this sentiment?
Well, on surface, you might think it's a frivolous, ano, no? Kasi it's something you take for granted because you wear it every day and then masyado siya na-associate sa mga high society o kaya dun sa mga fashionista. But actually, fashion has so much impact on the cultural scene. In fact, even I remember I did a research on I did a book with A. Florendo on Sagala, the Queen of Philippine Festivals. And you could imagine how the fashion wear even before, meron siyang impact sa society. Would you believe yung Sagala, doon sa Santa Cruzan, kaya yung Santa Cruzan, hindi siya hindi siya officially recognized by the church. By the Roman Catholic Church. You know why? Pinasok kasi yung mga political figures. Nagkaroon ng Reyna Banderada. Who is the Reyna Banderada? It's the Philippine flag. Because at that time, society was already establishing the Republic of the Philippines, the independence of the Republic of the Philippines. That's why they use the flag as a symbol of the Reyna Banderada. And then pinasok nila yung mga queens of like ang ulirang nurse. Yung mga ganon, di ba? Magtataka ba't may nurse sa ano? Because these are the heroines of the Filipinos at that time. You know? May mga sentensyada, etc. There was even one point in time, Quezon, when they were pushing for the independence of the Philippines, yung barong niya, nakalagay yung marks ng Philippine flag. Because that is their way of asserting the independence of the Philippines at the time that they were pushing for the independence of the Philippines. So it can be used as a message, as a medium to bring important messages to the public. Nung panahon ng colonial period, ang focus ng mga damit ng mga lalaki, very American style. Ano talaga, kulay puti, coat and tie, but pagpasok ni President Magsaysay, he decided barong ang ilalabas niya. And from then on, barong Tagalog became a very popular wear or costume for the Filipinos. In fact, even to the point na nung ginawa ni Marcos na official wear natin, lahat na rin ng mga offices, government offices, follow suit. Nagkaroon na ng polo, barong, yung gano'n, etc. So even up to now, yung barong, very important sa atin. Basta official and important occasions, weddings. Palagi nakabarong yung mga Pilipino. When they receive an award, special set, nakabarong. It has gained so much importance. Now, can you imagine yung impact ng damit to the pride, to the nationalism of the Filipinos? It's, titingnan mo simple lang, pero there's a message, you know, in that barong. There's a message in that terno. So, yun yung importante. And now I realize, nagkakaroon na rin even yung sa terno, nagkakaroon na rin ng mga innovations. Pinapasok na yung mga indigenous designs para to give credit naman to our indigenous communities.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
and ang ganda tingnan. And the ones who are wearing them, they're very proud of wearing these ternos. Nagkaroon ng ng indigenous personality. In fact, that is why I included it in my book, yung historical background, yung even before the colonizers came over, we were already one whole nation, proud of our race. Maaaring scattered, but meron na talaga tayong race and culture. And we have self-governance. Yun ang importante. Hindi tayo primitive. Yan ang gusto kong ipalabas.
Okay. Zardo, you said kanina, writing was your first calling, no? So paano
Nag-start?
Paano, you being a writer, how did that change or affect or influence your chronicling of fashion and heritage?
Well, kasi at the time, na-focus yung writing ko sa sa fashion and lifestyle angles, no? Kasi I was reviewing fashion shows, and then there was even a point na, kasi hindi naman ako regularly naka-assign sa isang, I wasn't a regular employee of a certain publication. Nag-freelance ako. And even at the time also, I was handling PR for brands. Kasi I was doing their...
Because you were in marketing.
Yeah. I was conceptualizing their themes for the season. I think that's one of my forte. And I bring that in my projects now, conceptualizing themes and ideas for the show. So I would conceptualize the look or the brand for this season, and I would do the shoot. 14 years old pala ako, nagsushoot na ako. Nakita na ni Abe yun, sabi niya, uy, magaling ka dyan, ikaw na mag-focus ka na dyan. So sabi niya, Abe Florendo, the late Abe Florendo. So sabi niya, pag every time may photoshoot siya, Zardo na lang pupunta doon. He does the writing. Ako na yung nagsushoot, nagdidirect. And I'm so happy that even the photographers at that time, magagaling na yan, ha? You're talking of Donald Tapan, George Tapan, the big ones, Sonny Yabaw. Pag hinahawakan ko yung photoshoot, they let me. Kasi iba yung ideas ko nga sa fashion. I'm aligned dun sa idea. And nakita ko na yung respect, so it encouraged me to even go into conceptualizing more ideas for the photo shoot. Na-encourage ako. So, pag naiisip ko na yung concept, naisusulat ko mas mabuti kasi nagaling sa akin So, from there, nakita yun ng mga editors. So, they got me as fashion editor. They got me fashion editor for Sunday Globe and Woman Today, ganon. And then from there, eventually, they would get me for Lifestyle Asia to handle certain issues, special issues nila. And Metro Magazine, before it was bought by the ABS-CBN. So, doon ako nasanay na And then I was representing a lot of fashion groups, no? The FDAP, Fashion Designers Association of the Philippines, the Filipino Designers Group, yung group nila Ino and Oji Cordero. I was representing the Quezon City Designers Gala. So, lahat talaga connected sa fashion. Eventually, ako yung nagre-represent dun sa ASEAN Fashion Connections in Singapore. So, naging ko na talaga. Parang yun yung naging focus ko at that time. So, that was in the 90s So, parang na-imbibe ko na yung industry. So, na-establish ko na rin connection ko. At the same time, that really helped me a lot now na yung mga designers who are now the top designers at this time, syempre, nagkaedad na, they always support me if I have projects. And I tell them yung ideas, and they always believe in my ideas. So, they support me.
Yes.
So, yun yung
Nakita ko nga, ang daming big names sa iyong obra maestra. Pero babalikan natin yan. Marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan kasama ang fashion and culture advocate na si Zardo Austria. Dito pa rin sa Art to Art. Magbabalik po kami pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art to Art. Schedule ng mga inaabangang konsyerto. Update sa mga magagandang panoorin sa mga tanghalan at teatro. Narito na ang Art to Art Calendar.
Narito ang ating arts calendar. Sa musika, bilang pagdiriwang ng 75th anniversary ng FEU Auditorium, inihahandog ng FEU Center for the Arts and Music 101, 600 Years of Music ang isang informants sa November 5 kung saan tampok ang batikang pianist na si Raul Sunico sa kakaibang informants. Magbibigay siya ng lecture demonstration tungkol sa music history na may 2 session. Ang una ay gagawin alas 9 ng umaga at nakatuon sa medieval, Renaissance, Baroque at Classical period. Samantalang ang pangalawa sa alauna ng hapon ay ukol sa Romantic, Post-Romantic at 20th century period. Libre ang admission sa Music 101. Bumisita sa social media page ng FEU Center for the Arts para sa detalye tungkol sa registration. Sa teatro at musika, magkakaroon ng huling 6 pang palabas ang Bar Boys, a new musical ng Barefoot Theater Collective mula November 7 hanggang 10 sa PMCS Black Box Theater, Circuit, Makati. Batay sa law school film ni Kip Oybenda na Bar Boys, ang musical adaptation ay likha ni na Pat Valera at Mike Salomon. Tampok sina Alex Diaz, Benedict Ramos, Jerome Canlas Toran at Omar Udin sa isang kwento ng pagkakaibigan habang tinutupad nila ang kanilang pangarap na maging mga ganap na abogado. Kasama rin si Sheila Francisco bilang ang kanilang propesor na si Justice Hernandez. Maaring bumili ng ticket mula sa Ticket to Me. Sa pelikula, ibinalita ng Film Development Council of the Philippines na may 2 pelikulang Pilipinong kalahok sa isinasagawang 31st edition ng Kineko International Film Festival sa Tokyo, Japan. Ang mga ito ay ang Firefly ng direktor na si Zig Dulay at ang Dahon ng direktor na si Janelle Basalio. Nagbukas noong October 31 at tatakbo hanggang November 5, ang naturang film festival ay naglalayong palawakin ang pag-iisip ng mga batang Hapon sa pamamagitan ng pagtampok ng mga kapansin-pansin na pelikula mula sa iba-ibang bansa. Magkakaroon din ng mga workshops at iba pang gawain na dinisenyo para sa mga bata at sa kanilang mga pamilya.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa.
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at madupit na dumit mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art to Art.
Andito pa rin tayo sa Art to Art at kasama pa rin natin ang award-winning impresario, book author, and creative director na si Zardo Austria. Okay, Zardo, pag-usapan naman natin itong obra maestra, The Book.
Yes.
A homage to Philippine fashion, heritage, and history.
Yes, yes.
So ano ang inspirasyon mo para dito? And just basically tell us kung ano ang proseso mo for the research and
Yeah.
pag-iipon ng material at para sa librong ito.
Yeah, okay. As I've said, I've always wanted to tap this new generation para magkaroon sila ng interest ulit sa Philippine history, Philippine heritage, no? And my medium, I use the medium of fashion to attract them. Kasi, you know, let's face it, itong generation na ito, ano to cellphone, social media generation. Ang ano niyan, ang span of concentration and focus mabilis, you know, and that I need to attract their attention at once. And the only way I can do that is to come out with really vivid, stylish fashion. Kasi pag pinasok ko yung fashion sa kanila, talagang nagfo-focus sila doon eh. Nagkakaroon sila ng interest. I cannot do the regular text, history, heritage type of journalism or writing. Kasi if I do that, just go, Isang ikot pa lang ganyan, antokin na yon. See? That's why even yung cover ko, sabi ko, pinag-isipan ko yung cover ko, it has to be a very attractive cover.
And it is a very
with
attractive
color,
cover.
you know, with color. Thank you so much. With color, and it should relay already my message. You know, yung tatlong girls na yan, the first girl sa taas, that's a pre-colonial version of fashion. By Albert Figueres. The second one, by Lito Perez, is a Spanish-inspired couture. The third one is Carnival Queen inspiration during the American regime. And also an example of traje de mestiza, which is the precursor of terno this time. So yan tatlong eras kaagad ang na-represent. Then, of course, the Philippine flag has to be there to symbolize the Philippines. Now, yung decor niya is actually very Art Deco. Kasi I love Art Deco. That's why I chose Metropolitan Theater to be the venue of my launch because it's the only stylishly and well-maintained Art Deco structure in the Philippines. And it is honored even abroad. Kasi talagang ano siya, fully restored Art Deco complex. Historical. So sabi ko, if gonna launch my book, it has to be
That launch was done last September, no?
September 12. And it was very successful. Actually, overwhelmingly successful. Kasi yung social media, yung sa Facebook, everything, lahat, they wrote about it for several weeks. Yun ang focus. Even up to now, no, meron pa rin ano.
What were the highlights of that launch?
That launch, okay. I treated it as an obra maestra trilogy. One, the first part is the book launching, no? The second part, I also launched the very first obra maestra awards for excellence in Philippine visual arts and design. This year, I focus more on fashion design. So, I got awardees for the design categories. My focus is more on fashion inculturation. I mean, the fashion enculturation aspect should be these designers working for decades to incorporate culture into their fashion ideas. So, hindi yung one-shot deal, nag-Filipiniana, pasok na. No. You're talking of Barge Ramos for 5 decades working on enculturation, putting Philippine culture into his barongs. You're talking of Steve De Leon for more than 5 decades. Kaya sila karamihan 70 years old. You know, talaga nandun na sila sa height of their career. So sabi ko, ay nako, it's about time. I have to give them an award. Because, you know, 70s na sila, 75, 74. Kaya ko pa sila bibigyan ng award. I'm not gonna wait for NCCA to give them a National Artist Award or, you know, marami pang pipilian. Ako na magba-award because they deserve it. You know, so, yan. I'm talking of Pando, who's into, from fashion, from being an trendsetter and initial, ready-to-wear designer, seamlessly transitioning to leaf mosaic collage, which is such a rare medium na sabi ko, you know, maganda yung kanyang pag-transition. You're talking of Steve De Leon has been doing all these soft sculptures. Even in way back, I remember way back in the 90s, late 80s actually. I handled kasi his very first gala. Ako yung naghawak doon eh. And I already saw, I was telling him, you know, Steve, hindi na to hindi na to fashion. This is already soft sculpture. Because he's doing, ang dami niyang fabrics. And from this series of remnants, he comes out with a new fabric for the entire collection. Nabibigla ako. So sabi ko, aside from the quilt and the patchworks, sabi ko, ang galing-galing na nung, nung mga ideas. That was even way back in the 90s. Starting with soft sculptures and now, I told him already, ano ka na? You're already a recognized artist sa fabric and fiber art. So, nag-transition ka na dyan. Wala na yung hindi yung pure fashion anymore. I'm talking of like
Well,
ito
you
pa.
spoke about a trilogy. So there
Yeah.
was a book launch,
Uh-huh.
there was the awards.
Yeah,
So
and
ano
then-
yung next?
Okay, the third one was the Cultural Fashion Gala, a tribute to the Filipino masters. I had almost 25 fashion designers, and then I had so many participants. Actually, when we counted them already during the event itself, they reached already 200 individuals participating in that homage to Filipino masters from pre-colonial to the modern times. So I'm talking of what? Pre-colonial. Yung mga indigenous cultural minorities honored by the NCCA, the National Living Treasures. So yung mga nanalo din sa National Living Treasures Given Award, yung kultura nila, we gave honor and homage. So yung mga designers, halimbawa si Anna Happy from the certain indigenous community, we gave them homage. There was a mat weaver, no? We gave her homage that came out with a creation using the mat, yung banig texture.
Pero ano ang overall mensahe or overall message na nais mong iparating
That even
with creating obra maestra?
Way back during the pre-colonial, the artistry of the Filipino is intact. We just have to look at it from a fresh perspective and honor these people who have helped us gain not only our independence but gain our national pride. Like during the Spanish time, we gave homage to letras y figuras artists, to Damian Domingo, to one what do you call this? The painter, no, nung Espoliario, Juan Luna. Oo. Yun, all these artists. We came out with a homage, the designer came out with a creation, Richie came out with a creation honoring Metropolitan Theater by Juan Arellano as an American regime inspiration. All this until the present national artists, we gave homage to all the national artists, most of the national artists, and the fashion icons na naging national artists then, like Valera. We're talking of Slim, Salvation Lim Higgins. And then sina Pitoy, sina
Yes.
I'd like to tell the people that these are the artists that we should honor.
And after chronicling, more than 50 years, no, of the Philippine fashion and cultural heritage, sa tingin mo, paano mag-evolve in the future ang Philippine fashion and cultural heritage?
The overwhelming success, it's actually an eye-opener especially for the audience at that time. No? Now, there were guests who came from the US, and they were raving about it. And I said, kahit isa lang sa kanila would open up their eyes, I would be very happy. It's an eye-opener. But, everyone felt that, we're doing a cultural change one step at a time.
One step at a time.
Hindi
So,
siya
sa tingin mo,
masyadong,
ang papel mo sa nagagampanan bilang bahagi ng paglalakbay na ito ay bilang isang impresaryo.
Yes,
For,
because
for Philippine
Yes,
culture, heritage, and fashion.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
I've noticed that ang dami ng producers. They're all out there to earn money. It's profit maganda. Naisip ko, if I'll do that, anong difference ko sa iba? And why do I have to do it for? I'm not getting younger. I think I have to contribute something to my society at this point in time. So, honestly, that's why they called me an impresario. So, honestly, hindi pa ako kumikita ng super but ang sabi ko nga lang, basta mag-break even lang ako so I can have seed money for my next production.
Speaking about the next one, ano pa ang iba mo pang dream projects na nais mong gawin?
Oh, actually, well, after this kasi this year, next year, I'll have to tour around US and Canada. May mga plans na US, Canada, and Europe to launch the book, and at the same time to present the cultural events. Kasi you know why? Yung sa gala, which we did in 2006, 2007, we launched it. And that book, ano siya, it ended up in the top libraries in the world, like U.S. Library of Congress, Harvard University, Yale, Berkeley, even in London University, in Netherlands, in Monash University in Australia. I mean, tremendous. Now, I'd like to replicate that. In fact, I plan when I go to the U.S., ilo-launch ko rin sa U.S. Library of Congress. But I would ask them to invite at least legislators or congressmen and senators to be part of the audience. Kasi magaganda yung hallways doon eh. So that is one of my plans for next year. But actually, Lisa, my ultimate goal is to come out with a fashion museum and heritage art gallery.
Wow.
To house kasi I can house all this
Yes.
this creation. Nanginayang ako. And then I can even do more.
Yes,
Kasi,
and a museum like that will be something permanent talaga.
Yes,
Legacy
exactly.
na talaga. Oo.
It's like the the Victoria and
Albert Museum.
Sa Victoria Albert Museum in London. Exactly. I mean, from the costumes to yung mga objet d'art na nice. Actually, I have some collections already of vintage art kasi yun talagang kinokolekta ko since the 80s.
Okay.
So,
So aabangan namin yan, Zardo. Yeah? Okay?
Yes, I just need the link, the connection with other people. I need to collaborate with, kasi medyo malaki na yung, malaki na yung logistical, niya.
And maraming salamat sa pagdalaw mo sa aming programa sa hapong ito. Zardo, congratulations on your latest book project.
Actually, I'm coming out with
Obra Maestra. A homage to Philippine fashion, heritage, and history. Para sa mga gustong bumili ng kopya nito, saan sila pwedeng bumili? Can you please invite them?
Yes, I'd like to invite you to get a copy of Obra Maestra, A Homage to Philippine Fashion, Heritage, and History. It's available at the Libreria Filipiniana. The Libreria Filipiniana is on your FB, where you can get in touch, or you can get in touch also with me, but I would push the Libreria Filipiniana. Eventually also, I'll be coming out with a more voluminous copy. It's going to be my collector's prestige edition. This is around 270 pages. The next one will be at 300 plus pages. Complete from prehistory, pre-colonial, Spanish, American, and modern times. Historical accounts.
Wow.
And,
comprehensive.
Yes, very comprehensive.
Okay.
And that would be coming out in December, hopefully. And then I would include already all the fashion collections that were presented during my September 12 Obra Maestra event.
Once again, Zardo, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lisa. And I really appreciate what you're doing for all of us. Thank you so much.
Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan ninyo kami ulit dito sa Art to Art, kung saan ang usapang sining at kultura ay para sa lahat. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, Lisa Macuja Elizalde, nagpupugay sa artistang Pilipino.